way here. Or you're doing it. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, this is my
Also, mute your own stream if you haven't already.
What's that?
Mute your own stream in Twitch on your dashboard or in the player.
I'm not. I don't actually have it up right now. Oh, yes,
Okay.
I do. Totally right. Thank you. Line, it won't let me yet.
Well, if you start hearing double, you know where to go.
Oh yeah. As soon as it lets me mute it, I will mute it. I've got the game volume turned way down there. Right, so yeah, the mission I'm flying is CASCAP Infinity Georgia West. It's just you send it commands and it spawns new units for you. So that way I can fly until I crash, most likely. I did this a little early. I just got a new stick. Not because the old one was broken or anything, but because the previous one was missing a few hats, and this one has all the hats I need, like TF2. But yeah, I've got everything bound up properly now, so it feels like a real plane, sort of, almost. I'm missing like 2 real things, which are kind of annoying, but I'll get by. I think it's showing up yet.
Let me see.
Someday soon, maybe.
Maybe someday soon. It's still offline.
It says I'm hosting. I don't know if I did that.
I did that.
Oh, you guys set that up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Assuming you're a random string in
Yeah.
Twitch as well.
It still says that I'm offline here. It says that.
Did you make sure you're streaming?
I hit the streaming button.
In OBS, and you have your stream key in it?
Yeah, at least I did Thursday. No, I'm not random string. That's the problem. That was my bad. I set that up somewhere at some point. Debend it is the problem.
Huh.
Awesome.
Alright.
Yep, that was super my bad.
No big deal. I changed it.
Hey, soon. It's still
No,
offline.
never mind. It auto has to do.
And mute it just in time. I'm looking at the link. I'm like, yeah, I'm not there. Why am I not there? All right, cool. So, yeah, actually in the game now. Stop seeing the game twirl around with my head. All right, so now the fun 4-minute process minimum to turn the plane on.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I just muted the stream for right now, so it's just me talking.
Oh, face cam.
Oh yeah, I've got head tracking, and yes, pretty picture of me. Keep a giant
Scare
pile on
cam.
behind me.
Oh god, switches!
Oh, I
many.
see.
Ah!
So like, you don't have to. You're actually where you look.
Sort of. It's escalated. It's got curves and whatnot, because real planes have curves.
Yeah.
But it means that I don't have to physically like twist my head off to see behind me, which is super nice. That doesn't mean I'm not terrible. Turn these on.
And what sort of fighter plane is this?
This is not a fighter plane. It's a close air support craft, the A10C Thunderbolt 2, colloquially referred to as the Warthog. Loved by many, many soldiers out there for close air support. It gives everyone the bird they love.
So what does close air support mean?
Close air support means that if you want someone to take out a tank without a mortar barrage, this is the plane you want them to do.
Okay, so
it's GAU-8 Gatling gun on the front of it, which fires big honking shells, like literally yay big, at a stupidly high rate of fire that are for anti-infantry and anti-tank purposes.
Okay, warning you, I'm about to cough. Boy.
Engines.
So when did these things come into production?
I should probably know. I want to say around Vietnam, but a bit earlier, and I just forget.
I'll think about it.
They're still in use now. There's been a lot of discussion in the military about whether to keep these things flying or to go to a new craft. Pretty much all of the branches say they want to keep them, so they might actually end up keeping them, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the A10C is a variant from... it's got to be at least 10 years old now.
Well, if it works,
more than
don't fix it, right?
Right. And so the newer packages are like new software packages, new. I think the weapon loads are mostly unchanged. But like even like these two screens that I've got on here, the MFCDs, the multifunction color displays. If you go back to the A10A, which is I think Vietnam era, they only have like the one screen on there that's just used for the Mavericks. And now these guys are used for everything. Like in here, eventually I'll have a map. On the right here, I can get my Mavericks spun up. Built-in test passed, which it always does, but let's pretend to be a real pilot. Let's engine start up. Right engine this way.
It was introduced in March 1977.
There you go.
A little later than Vietnam.
A little bit, not too far.
So how do you know how they do the projection in the front? I mean, like, I know it's like a glass pane.
Yeah, so under that little radial thing there, which I'm not entirely certain. I don't know. I'm sorry. That's actually the projector. It projects onto. It's kind of like.
Oh, I
reflective
see
glass.
it.
One-way reflective glass. So like, you ever seen like red dot sights? Very similar idea. It just projects on there, so as I move my head around, it stays in the center. Which is also super useful because it can project outside the field of vision. So like for bombing, getting really high up actually helps.
Oh, interesting.
Like I said, this is the part that takes a while. The CDU, I don't know these acronyms by now. The navigational unit, the internal computer, it does a whole slew of navigational stuff to figure out where the plane is. It's inertial, it's GPS, it's a few other things. So it takes a while to calibrate and figure out exactly the current status of everything where the plane can't move or it screws itself up. So at this point, it's just sit here and wait. We've got
Realistic waiting simulator.
Yep. The sim does have the ability to speed up and slow down time, and it's not just the bong under the seat. But it's a couple minutes. Anti's good. That's great. Anti's good. And I probably want those.
So how big is the minigun compared to the craft?
It's like the front third of the length of it. The GAU 8 cannon was the original purpose for building the plane. They really want to just put that thing in the sky. And since then, they've spent a lot of time putting other things on it. Like right here, you can see on my left wing, I've got the that is the jammer, I think. Here, I can actually tell my deal. Left wing. Yep, that is the. Oh no, I'm sorry. The ALQ-184 is the targeting pod. Or no, I was right the first time. It's the jammer on the left. So my left wing, I've got the targeting pod. A missile pod with, what is that, 7 missiles. Just standard air-to-ground dumbfire rockets. Are those 2 Mavericks? Those are 2 Mavericks. And somewhere off the wing is a big laser-guided bomb. The right wing, got 2 AIM-9s, targeting pods over there, 2 more Mavericks, and another laser-guided bomb under there. And then under the plane is the CBU-97 cluster bomb with IR seeker heads. Super duper cool.
What sort of caliber of bullets does the Gatling gun fire?
Oh, the GAU 8 fires just some astronomically huge round. I think they're like 30 millimeter. I can check
50
online.
cal?
So
30
I'm
millimeter.
guessing.
But they're
Sorry,
like
okay.
7 inches tall. It's silly. Yeah, 30 millimeter hydraulically driven 7-barrel Gatling autocannon.
So
Yeah,
I'm guessing those things in the front, the ones that say fire pull, are if things go on fire.
Oh yeah, those are. Hopefully, I won't need those. That is for if an engine gets hit, which just a couple hours ago when I was playing with this, I definitely had happened because I was bad at dodging incoming missiles.
It's almost like it's a hard thing to play.
It's not that bad. I mean, I'm not playing like with my life, which helps.
Exactly, but I'm guessing it's hard to fly planes.
Probably. I felt really bad. I went to Costco not too long ago, and I went there with the full intent of just buying some binders and protector sheets for printing out manual pages for this and other planes. And so the guy at the counter registers like, "Oh, so what are you buying these for?" I'm like, "Oh, flight sim stuff." He's like, "Oh, you learned to get your pilot's license?" I'm like, "No, they won't just like give me these sorts of planes." It's like, "Oh, well, you can like at least use these to build your logbook, right?" I'm like, pretty certain I need to join the Army or Air Force if I want to use these.
Such is life.
Such is life.
I mean, it's still cool. You get to simulate, and of course, I'm guessing the Army funds like some development of these games.
No, actually, what the developer has to do is try to get stuff. They can only get like old manuals and whatnot because everything newer is classified, and they've worked with the military to explicitly remove some too realistic things to make it so that like I know how to start the plane in the game, and I could probably get most of the way in real life if I had the same plane. But they've gone out of their way to make sure that I can't start a real one in real life.
That makes sense.
And I have no idea what they changed. Like, former pilots aren't allowed to talk about it online because it's a matter of national security, which is entertaining.
Yeah.
Do either of you guys do flight sims?
No, I'm not a flight sim person. I'm more of a simulate the life cycle of a country simulator.
Sure. Crusader Kings
Yeah.
and all that.
Crusader
EU.
Kings,
More
EU,
arcadey
or
stuff.
yes, I've streamed that before. So if you ever wanna
I should.
join me for that,
So this is the thing. I've tried playing Crusader Kings. Too complex for me. Now let me just take off this plane.
yes. I mean, I don't think I could do this because it's like reaction time. Crusader Kings, you can pause it.
So the nice thing about the A10 is that until you're trying to do something really terrifying, it's mostly like driving a bus. It's got a lot of built-in features to make long-term flights really, really easy. Like most fighter jets, they burn through fuel really quick. This thing just sips it. So it's not too hard once you're up in the air. If you haven't lost a wing yet, if you haven't lost an engine, it's not too hard to get going. And I mean, I put the plane down a couple hours back, missing a wing and missing an. The engine was still on and was spinning because air was flowing through it. Once I landed, it started giving me more errors. So that was unfun. But I was able to land a plane missing a wing, and that says something about the aircraft. This is also one of the ones with the titanium tub under the cockpit to make sure that the pilot stays alive at pretty much all costs, which is helpful.
Pardon me in advance if I start groaning in pain. There's a cat here trying to attack my left arm. And she has claws, so...
Oh dear.
That's cats.
So is this like Georgia as in Georgia the state, or Georgia as in Georgia the country?
Country. Was Eagle Dynamics, the company that makes DCS World. Georgia is their like primary flight zone. It's like Georgia and part of Russia. The other half they released last year was the NTTR Nevada Test and Training Range, which covers a huge swath of Nevada. It's got Las Vegas in there. It's got Groom Lake Airfield, or Area 51. It's got a number of things. They've released some really cool mission packs for that. They've got one, the Red Flag Operation, which is based on real military training operation.
Cool.
And that's... I want to pick that up and play through it, because it just seems really neat to get some of the more realistic stuff in there, like, unlike my dumb flying as a solo plane trying to blow up targets. And now I'm just overflying the airport, which is probably super dangerous, because I'm below...
Oh yeah, you're over the fucking...
I'll be fine.
Well, I mean, they do circle in real life.
Generally not at pattern
A little
altitude,
bit.
because that's how you hit planes.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
There are no planes.
Exactly, it's perfectly safe. It's just a simulator. I'm playing solo. Alright, now that I am in the air, at laser arm, master arm. Now we are live. Flaps are up, gear, I did... Nope, totally forgot to put the gear up. I'm dumb. Countermeasures, active. I should probably deal with lights, but I don't have all of that bound, and I really don't care that much, so we don't need to worry about that. But at this point, we go simulator and ask the game to give us ground targets. So this is where it does magic in the background to find a random place inside the area of operations to put stuff, and it'll tell us where, and then I can sync up various systems to point at that.
Okay.
Go air to ground mode. Put it in. Keep it in metric to keep it standard. Laser latch on because I don't want to have to hold down the laser button. Put it in mergs because I like the format better. It's one of those things like everything in this plane is options to either put in lat long or UTM MGRS, which is just a grid designation. UTM is really nice because it lets you do some really precise stuff without without having to type in too many characters. Which is more important because I have to type in either this upfront display here, or there's a keyboard down on the right side. And I think if I just hold down Alt and type, it'll work, but I never figured it out, so I just use this.
So, do they have like a... I mean, I know you have a flight stick, but do they have like like for like real super nerds,
Unlike me.
do they have? Yes. Well, no, I mean you're a real super nerd, but you don't have like, you probably don't have a bajillion. No, I didn't say this in the nicest way. You probably don't have like a bajillion dollars. So, but do they
Not for
make
this,
like
anyway.
controllers that are like the cockpit?
Oh yeah, you can build a whole sim pit. Even here, I've got $300 or $400 worth of stuff.
Huh.
So it adds up. 38T is the zone designator. That gets entered on the scratch pad. Get down here, there, and then ergs Kilo Mike 5326. Gotta pretend to be tactical, right? All I'm doing here is taking the target zone designation from the fake AWACS and putting into a waypoint in the plane's navigation system. So now, in the heads-up display, if I change the... oh, hey, incoming
Warning,
missile.
autopilot.
I think I found the target zone.
Huh.
This
The
might
enemy.
end up being way quicker than I expected. Okay, this is not going great. I think I dodged that second one. There we go. Okay! Well, probably should have paid more attention to that. So somewhere down.
It tells me something about flying that I have no idea what you just dodged.
So all that loud beeping was two or three incoming missiles.
Well,
so,
I mean, like I have the sound off, so I don't
sure.
echo,
so
so I can't hear.
up here, to the right of the left MFCD is my radar warning receiver. The A10C doesn't have any active radar on it, but it can detect
Okay.
when it's being scanned. And not only was it scanned, but I had an active radar lock. So 2 or 3 missiles were tracking me, so I had to release flares and chaff to try to blow this up. Actually, I'm not sure which programs I'm down. It might have only been flares, so they might have just been heat-seeking. And I think these are just Strellas down there, so they might be old enough that that's all I have to worry about. But there's something horrible down there. That makes me kind of annoyed. So have to... There we go. So, this guy on the left, my left MFCD currently has the TGP, the targeting pod, set up on there, and what I just did was mapped the sensor point of interest, or I slaved all sensors to the sensor point of interest, which I had mapped, or had set to the active waypoint, which I'd gotten from the ground tasking. So right now, the left MFCD's TGP is pointed at a thing it can't see. It's masked by the plane or terrain or something along those lines. So once I get way more distance, because I don't trust they're not going to fire at me again, I'm going to turn back around and see if I can't find them. And I should probably also find something to drop on them. Maverick feels like a great answer. Would hate that. Yes. Means I'm Maverick's. So what I'm going to do is try to get a lock with the TGP, because it's a more precise targeting pod, just to get a look at where they are, and then I can slave the Maverick to that, which is a really, really nice feature of this. You can do that in the older A10s too, the A10A, which is also available in, I want to say, the Flaming Cliffs 3 expansion for DCS World. It can slave it too, with just a way more manual process. Actually, no, I take that back. You can't do that in the A10A. It was the F-16 in Falcon BMS that lets you do it. This plane has really great integration, which is just the best. First, I need to set the left MFCD as my center of interest, the soy. Set that, I think, to... There we go, black hot, I think. White hot. Just so we can get a review on it. And let's see what there's to see. Oh, hello, bunch of tanks and other things. Let's get pointed enough at them that I could slew this thing over them, and then not enough at them they don't fire at me again. This is like Cheater's easy mode for blowing things up, because I am not great at dumbfire missiles, which is a thing I need to work on. And of course, over it again.
Warning, autopilot.
So, like,
Some of these things are anti-air. Need to figure out which and move them up. Yeah.
So, like, for flight simulators, are there ones that are just like fly a goddamn plane, don't blow anything up, just fly the goddamn plane?
Oh yeah, it's like Microsoft
Yes.
Flight Sim is that.
I mean, because it's very this is very peaceful looking.
It is until they launch missiles at me. These things are the things that launch missiles. This is the problem. I'm not sure what they look like.
Yeah, there's all sorts of like commercial airliner flight sims you can do.
The X-Plane is one of the bigger, like, niche ones, whereas Microsoft Flight Sim is, I think, still the biggest name of the game. I think that's just a tank.
It looks like just a tank. It has like the barrel.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that barrel is a multi-barrel anti-air thing. None of these look like missile launchers. Oh, that definitely looks like a missile launcher. So we're gonna make that our target.
Ooh, that guy.
Yep.
Nice
So
camouflage.
Well, so it's not thermal camo at the very.
Right.
So
Which would.
Oh, it was
Point
hard to
tracking.
spot with the low contrast.
So now slave all to Maverick. Okay, I've got a lock. Rifle. That Maverick should go firing at that guy. And now I'm going to get away so it doesn't blow me up. Now, the nice thing about Mavericks is that they are fire and forget weapons. So, at some point... So I'm flying directly over right now. Oh, I'm at over 10,000, that's why I'm shooting at me. There it goes. So right now it's trying to get a lock on me, but I might be right outside of its envelope. Get hit in 1 or 2 seconds here. Ah! It's not my kill cam. This is another problem I have. I mostly fly by sensors
Dude.
versus actual flying.
That guy is taking out his anti-airs.
There he goes. Yeah, suck it. So, that's what's nice about the Mavericks. You fire them and then get the hell out of the way. So now, assuming they don't have another one of those things, I should be able to do gun things if I want to. Let's see. If I go back, I can have them do something helpful for me wherein they throw down smoke on deck, which means they... So the idea is you have either AWACS or AFACS, which are like the... AWACS or AFACS are air or ground-based help units. Like units on the ground either requesting your help or providing it. So there, you can see on my screen, barely up there, there's red smoke. At this point, I want to go in for gun run, which is probably a terrible idea because I'm just god-awful at it, but screw it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? So, I will set this to guns and give the reticle. Okay.
Oh yeah, now I see it. I know that there's the delay, so.
Oh yeah. Not helping things. I'm coming in.
Yeah, but I get the general idea of what you're doing, including being 90 degrees to the horizon, which is fascinating.
I don't remember one of these buttons to back on. There it is.
I mean, I love that they invented gyroscopes to do this whole thing.
Oh, it's crazy. Like, any part of this working is just incredible to me. Now, I can't actually... Oh, shit, they do have something alive still. Probably means it's just a dude with a launcher. Yep, that's missile off. Now, okay, dodge that one. So, hey, there's a missile. So they've got guys with missiles down there, but they're not... That one's not locking me. That's good. Little worried that I could just see that... Oh, shit, that one did.
Time to freak out.
Alright, dodge it. Oh, boy. Alright, so maybe not time to use the gun run yet. I turn the gun off. For safety. So I'm not sure what's actually shooting at me. I think it's just guys with rockets. Because that's the thing they simulate in this game, helpfully. So, which raises the question, what do I shoot at then?
You shoot something that kills them.
That's the goal, right? That's always the goal.
Well, I mean, in the ideal world, it wouldn't be, but...
Sure, in a perfect world, no one would be shooting at missiles. We'd all be living in peace. And I wouldn't be shooting at rebel Georgian forces or whatever this is simulating. But it is what it is. Jerks with guns gonna be jerks with guns. So right now I'm just getting to a stupid altitude where I know they can't hit me. I know 10,000 is above their firing envelope. Might only be 7, but better safe than sorry.
10,000. That's actually very low.
Yeah, so like fighter planes are all going up like 30,000, doing like Mach whatever. This thing hits like 240, and does not go that high generally. I mean, you can fly it real high, and you've definitely got the fuel to spare if I just want to climb for a while. But 10,000 is a good window for it. There are some really new anti-air units that are in the game that have like 60+ mile engagement zones, 30 or like 60. I think it's like at least 30,000 feet engagement, maybe 60,000 engagement windows. Not just for getting a lock, but actually firing and hitting, which is just terrifying. The general consensus is like if you're flying the A10, just have some plane that's better equipped to do it. Take it out first. Especially any that use radar tracking. The general idea is you throw in something anti-rad, anti-radar missiles, where you fire those and they track down whatever's getting the radar lock. In Desert... No, not Desert Storm. In... what was it? We went to Afghanistan. Like the first wave was a whole bunch of planes doing anti-rad because they were effectively built to take out the Russian anti-radiation or the Russian radar units. And what do you think they're using over there? All the old Russian stuff.
Ah.
But the A10 doesn't have any of those. Those are generally used by what's the acronym? SEAD, S-E-A-D. Which I completely forget stands for. Generally, they like fly low, fly fast, take out any sort of anti-air in the area, and then let CAS come in and clean up the rest. The whole point of CAS is that the close air support is for danger close maneuvers. Like there's a tank line less than a half mile away from me, and I need it blown up. So that's usually what this guy's used for. I need to scan just a little bit to find the other things here, which aren't too apart. I just need to find the center of the cluster.
So, like, I mean, one thing I don't exactly get is why fighter planes exist. I mean, why are you fighting planes with other planes when you can just shoot the planes from the ground?
Because bombers exist. And bombers fly really high, and now they're stealthy as hell. So you send fighters to take out bombers, and then you send your fighters to take out their fighters to protect your bombers. So now, if I did this right, I just dropped a cluster bomb on them, which will land in like 30 seconds because I'm way high up.
Well, yeah, it's called gravity. It takes a while.
Well, and more than that, so the way the cluster bombs work, the larger bomb drops several parachute deployed... Or no, did they drop the parachutes? There's a few steps to this. I think it drops the parachute deployed bomblets. Sub-munitions, I guess, which then rapidly spin and fling out IR-seeking discs, which are really, they've got an IR tracker, a shaped charge, and just a big chunk of copper. And so they'll spin rapidly and scan outwards in a cone, find something big and warm, and then explode the shaped charge, shooting a chunk of molten metal at it, which soon here should illustrate itself fairly well as these things all blow up.
Oh boy.
It's a really complex process that ends up working really... There it goes. 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch more.
Yeah, I'll have to wait for it to show up on the screen.
Yeah. It's incredible that this game actually... It simulates every step of that, which is remarkable. I also don't know if those were man-pads firing at me, which are just dudes with rocket launchers, or if they were tanks firing at me, because that's a thing too. So now maybe it's safe to go in and clean up the guns. I feel satisfied in the damage of that CPU. Also, since it's the only one I had. One thing that is kind of cool to note that with the A10, the gun on it is so powerful. It's so when you enable the gun, it changes the flight model, which lowers the nose natively just as it prepares for the thing to fire because there's so much recoil it generates. They also had to put it offset so that it wouldn't just completely stall the plane and completely screwed up with the torque of the Gatling gun. Yeah, you can only safely fire the gun in 2 to 3 second bursts because of how much force it generates on kickback.
Yeah, and that would be bad for a plane because it's in the sky with not much friction.
Stall speed is very much a thing.
Yes.
I need to switch
All right,
to
Guy.
mode. Welcome back.
There's the picture. There's the picture of the cannon compared to a beetle.
Oh yeah, no, it is not small.
The huge drum in the back is the ammo bin.
Oh yeah, it's all
Oh my
electrically fired,
God.
electrically primed bullets too. So can't even safely be around it with a static charge on you. I have a buddy of mine that was a mechanic in the Air Force who tells fun stories about when planes would come in and, oh, there's some loose ammo rattling around in there because of bad things happening.
Oof.
Oh
Which is
dear. So did they have like
super
static
dangerous.
bands?
Yeah, you have to, and they had to shut everything down. I'm just going to do
Yeah.
this on here.
Pull up,
Firing
pull up.
kind of randomly. No one's firing back. That's always good. Hit anything. Kind of the
Don't
downside of
crash
playing-
into the ground.
That's fine. You can actually adjust when the when it'll start warning you about pulling up, which is kind of nice. I just don't. Does it say I blew everything up? Information? Nope. There's something available. Maybe just a truck or something. The smoke. If I really
There
want to
could
make this
be
short,
anything.
it could be. It could be just burning crops. If I really want to make this short video, just spawn in some air-to-air craft and just get my ass kicked. I've got 2 AIM-9s and the gun, which is meant for air-to-ground. AIM-9 Sidewinders are just standard heat-seeking missiles used by the Air Force for, boy, at least 20, 30. But they get the job done. That's one. Truck left or something.
Pull up, pull up.
Probably watch where I'm flying. Step 1 in any manual for flying a plane. Fly the plane. Not even kidding. They put it in some manuals.
Yeah, don't get distracted by the things.
Not the first time. There's the targets. I'm going to veer away from them just in case anything can still hit me.
So I'm guessing GCAS break means you're flying too low, you fucker.
Yeah. Is it ground? It's ground something. Ground something sensor. Airspeed? Ground something airspeed. Groomed? I forget. There are a lot of acronyms in this thing. Like IFFCC,
Well, yeah.
and LASTE, and SICU, and JTARS, and JTAC, and AFAC, and AWACS, and blah 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 blah. It goes on for some time like that. Point lock. There's my last
The army.
Yep.
And the creepiest thing about all this, you have no legs, Dan.
Yeah, it's just a flying head.
Well, then they'd have to model you, and that would be annoying.
So at least on some of the planes, I think right shift P will show a pilot. Here, let me throw it on autopilot and I'll check. Or it'll just blow the plane out of the air. Nothing.
Nope.
Okay. Nope, we don't get a dude. Just me.
I mean, now I'm thinking about, like, Beam and G-Dock Drive, where you can... Have you ever seen that video game?
No.
It's a soft body crash simulator.
Oh god.
Which is a fancy way of saying that you get to run things into other things.
Always fun.
Yeah, well, I haven't played it, but I watched like a YouTube series by these guys from Polygon, and and it's just hilarious. So, but usually the cars have no one in them, but sometimes people include models of people, and they they're like stuck to the wheel,
Oh,
like
God.
their hands and stuff.
Oh god. If I can line this up and actually do damage here. By the effective range. Don't hit the ground. I might even shoot.
You could check.
So many target doesn't
Pull
on there.
up, pull up.
Something's shooting at me. Or probably fine. Well, that's the thing.
Or it'll
I
be
threw
fine.
the TGP onto it, but it seems to have veered off some. Is there a new thing? Oh, I don't think I got it. Because there's six vehicles. I only see 5 smoke spots. And I found it on the TGP, but now it isn't here. Please do. I'm gonna give them up again.
So how fast do these planes fly normally?
This thing's slow. Like 240 is about top speed without diving. Just top.
Okay.
So most planes, full military, is very different than like low and slow flying. This thing, full mil, is just what would be afterburner on a better plane. Because it doesn't have afterburners. It's meant for long distance strafing runs like I'm trying to do, but I'm incompetent at.
So it's the marathon runner of the planes.
Exactly.
The marathon runner with a gun.
Yeah, exactly. It's running a little harder, but I've done.
Or, like, I don't know, shooting biathlon, but not on skis.
Flying biathlon.
Yes.
So I found him.
I still love that the biathlon is literally skiing and shooting.
Not at the same time, which I was very...
Well, I mean, it came from them. I mean, like, do you really want to aim at something when you're trying to move on skis?
Oh, no, it's a horrible idea, but imagine how cool it would be.
I know, but that's why chess boxing is also not at the same time.
Fair point. Alright, I've actually got them lined up this time, and targeted properly. So let's see if we can do a hang. Now that I'm actually pointing at the place where it is instead of was, that jerk, how dare he move when I'm trying to shoot him from the sky.
Kill him!
That's the goal.
Ooh, all comes back with a vengeance.
I've been here.
Pull up.
Oh,
Pull
yeah.
up.
I know, but
Oh,
you
come
haven't said
on!
much.
Those were direct hits. Alright, this is where I stop screwing around with guns and go back to a big missile. I am sick of this guy playing me for a chump.
Oh, wow.
Let's do another
That
one.
is a feisty tank.
No, kidding. He is just the worst. My new mortal enemy. So I need to get some distance here to get far enough away I can shoot him, but close enough that I'm within the effective range of the Maverick, which is, I think, about 5 miles. Which is why this is not like a dedicated... like, it's not built for those close and or far away strikes. I mean, you've got like the F-15, which can shoot the AIM-120 at air targets at like... oh god, what's the range on them? It's over 100 miles, it's just silly. They got some newer ones too that they pop up into the air and effectively do a ballistic trajectory down, with just minor course corrections for whatever the target craft is moving. It's utterly insane what they can do now. But, I've also got like laser-guided bunker busters on it. Not gonna find it. Oh, you know, it's a trade-off. That's what I was saying before about the autopilot and this thing making it kind of cake. Between that and the autopilot and like the yaw and pitch correction that this thing has built in, it makes it real easy to fly. Like it stops you from having to fight the plane for the most part.
It's almost like they don't want people to die when they fly the plane.
Just the right people. Right, there's locks.
Plus, it's also a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment.
People are pretty expensive too. Surprisingly so.
I'm also including that in there. Yeah.
It's lumped into the cost. Gimbal.
Yeah, it's a lot of education to make a pilot like that.
Yep.
Yeah, lock. Close now. Why can't you lock? Oh, he was there a second ago. I feel so.
It's somewhere, and it's a wily foe.
No kidding. I'm just not hitting the ground this time. Where the hell did he go? Oh, slightly to the right.
What? Tarnation?
Alright, there's a lock. Except now he's moved. Now the Maverick has to line up again. It's always something. If I get far enough away, and just keep an eye on him. Maybe it'll work. The other thing is, like, all these controls are on the throttle and stick, hence the term HOTAS, hands-on throttle and stick. Which means changing between the heads-up display, the left and right MFCDs, a sensor of interest, is just annoying because you have to hold them down and around, so it's a lot of switching back and forth. Because as soon as I lose track of this guy, like I'm doing now, he's going to move, and to retarget him with TGP, re-slew the Maverick to him. Well, I could do this all the Maverick, I suppose. That's for effort. Saved. That's your point.
I'll be right back. I got a cat I gotta deal with.
Ugh, the worst. This is why I have a tortoise. Never have to deal with it. You give him romaine once every couple days, and he is happy.
Aw.
I give him like a whole head, and it takes him a few days to get through it.
Well, yeah, it's a tortoise. It's
Yep.
not the fattest of eaters.
Fair. You know, you say that, but those things can chow down if you give him a second. Alright, see, now he's moved again.
Soon.
Oh, he moved over there now. Okay. Any idea how disrespectful he's being right now?
I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to die.
Not wanting to die. What a nerd.
You know, I love how when people talk about like military equipment or just anything that's like a large machine, eventually they start anthropomorphizing it, like forgetting there are people inside of it.
It helps that this is actually a simulator, but yes, I understand.
No, but like, so there's a construction site across from my workplace, and we were like, for 20 minutes one day, we were just discussing the construction site and how it was like this microcosm of industry.
No, that's just one guy lying dead on the ground. Maybe. Where's the live tank? A bunch. Ah, over there now. Of course. Thinking I wouldn't find him. Wave and that. No. Oh, am I too close again? I need to move.
It's almost like you're talking while playing a video game, and that might be distracting.
Only a little. Like I just forgot to turn off the laser there. Good thing they don't have laser-seeking bombs. I don't think anything in this game can go up for losing it too long, which is nice, I suppose. I'm going to get really far away, and then just try to track him down with the Maverick head, because it should be pointing in roughly the right direction now. Because see, on the TGP, he's totally not over there, which is super-duper annoying, because he keeps wiggling around ever so slightly. Actually, you know, he might see me lasing him, and that might be the trigger for it. Should be a good indicator to stop doing that. Which I suppose I don't need to do. So the important thing with lasing is that, so the navigation systems in the plane and the targeting systems all have a geospatial model of the Earth in them. So they know the elevation for pretty much everything you pointed at. And if you're at a really low angle to the target, where it's where you're pointing through it, it'll end up targeting you behind the target. And this is more of a problem for laser-guided bombs, because they'll... Well, actually, take that back, because laser-guided bombs will see the laser eventually. It's a problem for GPS-guided bombs. And if you do any targeting based on whatever you pointed at, where it's really specific, it'll just go off based on that. The Maverick has an IR seeker head. Or CTT. And I don't have the models memorized. I probably should. And so as a result, you could be kind of off, and as long as it gets that initial IR lock, it will eventually find the target. Though there was one model that me and my buddies were having problems with. The H, I want to say, the AGM-64H was acting weird, where we'd have solid locks on target fired away, and then it would just go randomly off into the distance.
Or that could just be a bug in the game.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know what's my incompetence and what's the game screwing up. I'm more inclined to believe it's my incompetence, because, you know, what are the odds? I feel like me being dumb is top of the list. He moved again. Oh no, there he is.
Games can be weird.
That is fair. Point lock. Got him lased. Slew. Oh, wrong way. See, now I screwed up there. Pause. Ah.
Can he hit it?
Oh, I put the Maverick on both of them. That's what I did, dumb. What'd I do? Alright. So, lock, push to Maverick, ball, backwards again. someday. This one tank is just the bane of my existence. Add slew all to speed. Slew. I don't even know what it's doing anymore.
It's probably just confused.
Oh, that would make two of us at this point. What did I do? Where'd he go? Exactly where I left him last time? Just blind and or dumb. Oh, is that... Does that spot him? Yeah, it is. Of course, how could I miss it? Oh my god. Alright, let's just overfly it one more time and see what happens. Maverick's on, okay. I could turn off for another 20 minutes. Yeah, they shut off after 60 minutes for heat dissipation. Which is, the heat isn't simulated in the game, but the timeout is. For realism. Everyone. Similarly...
Well, would you be playing this if you didn't like realism?
That's fair. Same thing like the, so the Pyto or Pytot, I have no idea. Oh, I didn't turn it on. That's my airspeed's probably wrong. So if you fly high enough with that thing turned off, that's the Pytot heat switch, it will actually freeze up eventually. But then there are other systems they don't simulate heat on, so like the jammer. You could turn that on all day with no problems in this game. In real life, it would burn out after like a minute.
Jeez, why?
So, turns out that pretending to be a plane is really, really hard. It just shoots out horrible, horrible electromagnetic garbage to try to jam anything getting an EM lock, which works for some sensor systems. Actually, I've got a buddy of mine that worked at Raytheon, I want to say? One of the big weapons manufacturers. He spent like 6 months working on a project to build a... effectively an ECM drone that F-16s could drop that looked like an F-16 to enemy radar systems.
Is that not classified?
Surprisingly not, apparently. Or they'll be coming for me after this project. Definitely one of those two.
Yeah.
You don't hear from me in a few days. If I'm not here for D&D, you'll know what happened.
Oh boy.
I think part of it is just like, what is any of us going to do with this knowledge? Like, yep, there are ECM pods that look like F-16s. Like, even if you know these are out there, if you don't know how they work, there's not a lot you can do about it.
It's true.
Alright, flying in the right direction. TGP looks mostly right. Get a zoom. Oh, let it zoom. More. Alright, the tank has not moved. Entirely on me now. Point lock.
We believe in you. Or, well, we believe in the plane. We're not sure
Alright,
about.
quarter point lock. Slave all... No, it did it again. What the hell? Doing the opposite of the thing I expect. Let me check commands again, because I might just be forgetting how the damn plane works. Of course, how about this one? Okay. TMS, on back, E to steer, and China hat forward. There's the problem. I was doing TGP or China hat aft long for TGP to steer when I should be doing China hat forward long slave all to speed. I am the dumb. So, problem solved at least. I'm an idiot.
So now can we kill the tank?
That is the goal. It has been the goal. Right, point lock. Lays. China hat forward long. The Maverick is going to slew there maybe. Oh, the Maverick slew to the right spot. Oh, thank God. Oh, it's got a lock. Oh, rifle. Alright, the Maverick is away. Now, 6. Let's watch a Maverick do magic. So there's a smoke trail. Oh no, those are just a tree line. I believe in you. Or just launched at a random patch of dirt. What the hell? What the shit? Oh, God. Alright, well, now I just don't know what I did. I've got 2 more Mavericks, though, so I believe in me.
I'm not sure if the U.S. government believes in you.
That's fair. I'm not going to worry anytime soon. Oh, you know, were those loaded with 65Hs? If those are the 65Hs I was talking about before where I don't know why they don't work, I'll check the loadout after this. I want to blame that. I really, really want to blame that. Because everything looked right. Like, I had a lock. It won't even launch without a lock. But because some of them, like I said, are based on IR and some are based on CCTV, so it might just be an issue with the CCTV ones of like the tank on the background. But who? All right.
Yeah.
Around again.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, you have missile view.
Yes. Where it's flying at absolutely goddamn nothing for no reason.
This is super realistic here.
I know, but it's a nice.
I know.
It's a nice effect.
Yeah, I know.
It's helpful for when I'm flying and I don't feel like trying to follow it from outside the back of my visor from a million miles away. Alright, I have a lock. I have a clear lock on target. That looks exactly like the target zone. I'm super satisfied with that. I'm going to launch at it now. And the missile's away. Now.
That potato plant won't threaten freedom anymore.
I'm trying to drop as much freedom on them as I can. That is the goal.
I see.
Okay, I actually see smoke spots now, so I'm going in the right direction. It's better than last time.
Freedom.
The idea is, even if these things are on the move, the Maverick should be able to track them down. And that is a good hit. Oh, love it. We'll see that in a few moments. And glorious. It only took half an hour.
Yeah, I'm not sure if high military command would trust you with this mission.
I'll stay in. I'll be Plan B. I can handle it.
If we have to go to war with someone and start drafting, yeah, at least you got something in there.
Oh yeah, I'm way too blind to fly. Got that going for me at least.
Oh yeah, you have glasses.
Yep, blind as blind. So now why isn't it saying they're blowed up? That's weird. So this map should be smart enough to know when I've killed at least the primary targets in the area to spawn another group. It hasn't. Strange. All the vehicles are blown up anyway. There might just be like one dude still alive. Oh, I think I saw one. I don't feel like blowing one dude up, so I'm going to go for a second.
So how much do Maverick missiles cost?
Oh, a lot. A lot. I probably spent millions of dollars just throwing things into the dirt.
Oh, by the way, random string, you're probably going to get thrown off because Hanjo will be streaming.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure. I saw he was going on at, what, midnight Eastern, which is 11 here. And I said I'd be done by then. And it's 9 here. Or is that someone else? I didn't pay that much attention.
No, Hanjo is going at 3 UTC, so that's like...
Oh, that's 9.
That's like...
Eastern.
That's
Now.
like, no, it's like 10
That's 5
Eastern.
minutes. Yeah, which is 9
Yeah,
here.
it's 5 minutes, so
Okay.
he's gonna take you
Cool.
over.
I'll start going towards landing. Not spawn anything else.
Okay, if that's the case, then I need to...
Alright, if we're doing this right, I'd also be screwing with radio stuff, but I don't care that much right now. Now we're just going home. Luckily, it's not too far from the target AO. So, let's set back in standby. Turn off. Safe guns, safe master on. Safe laser. And we are good for landing and not blowing up our own airports.
Good job.
That's always the goal. What do you think?
I'm sure the goal is kind of kill the enemy, and you kind of didn't succeed at that all the way.
I got enough. I blew up their expensive things, like people, like guys with guns or whatever. I suppose they should have blown up
Sure,
with
you
shrapnel.
did.
They should have blown up with shrapnel. So it's kind of nice this plane does have a map in it, which means I don't have to go to the big map view. It's super cheaty considering on some planes you do. Or figure out how to use the kneeboard, which I've never gotten around to. Yeah, there's an in-game sort of pop-up kneeboard thing you can do. I don't hope it...
Man, how did people fly before they had all these instruments?
Oh,
By eyes.
it's a lot of work. You carry a physical...
Literally
map
by
with
eyes.
you. Yep.
I mean, I'm just imagining people in World War II like being, okay, guys.
So they actually have some of those planes in this game. The P-51D specifically is a lot of fun to fly once you can actually get it off the ground.
Yeah, they should have like, I don't know, like, the one thing I know about bombers, like there are two things I know about bombers. Is one is there was like a laser guided radar war over. No, this is a real thing. No, not laser guided, but like radar war over radio signals for German bombers.
Oh sure.
Yeah, and also the other thing is the night witches. So.
Right. And not just the enemy of the same name.
Yeah. So, super cool stuff. I mean, like...
Breaks up. This is a right
now
I
I wish Ken Burns did a World War II documentary.
I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't. It's such obvious fodder for documentaries.
I know, and, like, his Civil War was really good.
Oh god, it was great. His Prohibition one I really enjoyed.
I've never seen the Prohibition one. I also didn't do, like, the last episode of the Civil War, but that's, like, my girlfriend was like, oh, no, it's pretty boring. But, like, everything up to that was great.
Sure. It's just the end of the Civil War. I mean, how fun could it be?
It's Reconstruction, which is not as exciting. It's just kind of depressing.
Right. That is super fair. There's someone coming in, and I'm pretty terrible at landing in general, so this could be fun.
Alrighty, man. I need to switch over to Honda's stream here.
Just about to touch down.
I'll hang with you until Hanjo time.
Oh, that was a super bad landing. Oh, that beeping is really bad.
Oh yeah, it switched to Hanjo's stream.
Oh good, they didn't see it.
Time's time.
Yeah, go for it. It's all theirs. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Alright.
Horrible at planes. But hey, any land you walk away from, right?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, you can also, you know, head over to Hanjoville.
True.
And join us in discussing about the Hanjos.
Oh, no, so but it doesn't matter because one of my wheels is broken.
That's great.
Alright, now just slam on the brakes. Hey, that put me down my nose. Alright, I'm gonna kill him. Alright, thanks for watching.
No prob.